Carl, a narrow defeat in the end here at Rochdale. I mean, what's your immediate thoughts after that?
Yeah, obviously having a massive internal conversation with myself. There's different ways you can obviously approach a game. You've got to bear in mind personnel. Or this is what I'm asking myself. I'm asking, I'm asking, who have I got available? Have we got the legs? In terms of, the players who have had to, play a lot of games in short space of time. Obviously losing Boots was a blow tonight, because then you lose that bit of control in the game. Obviously Tyrell wasn't fit enough to be involved. Came, tried to get going in the warm-up, but wasn't right. So then, an attacking option is down. So then the game plan probably looked negative. We tried to squeeze the pitch, make the units a bit tighter so that there wasn't as much running for the lads to do, and we tried to stay solid and hopefully capitalise on mistakes. But then when we won the ball back, our quality just wasn't there. We tried to play in the first half, wasn't particularly successful with it. Then we looked at trying to be a little bit more direct and get the ball higher up the pitch earlier, but again, couldn't really secure the ball. So yeah, it's a tough night when you then lose the game in that respect, because it does look really negative. But we're trying, to find the best way of getting results, whether it's a clean sheet, to come away with a clean sheet, which we nearly did. The goal is obviously frustrating when you do try and restrict the opposition from creating many opportunities. I know they hit the post, but other than that, in general, play, whilst they had a lot of ball further up the pitch, didn't really create anything clear-cut apart from that. And then obviously Brooksy makes a great save early in the game. But then, we have a chance to obviously clear from the corner. Jonesy, you think he's going to bang it up the pitch. Unfortunately, it comes off his head, drops in an awkward area, and then we just don't deal with the second and third phase. So yeah, it's a really tough night, because the way we want to play and the way we're known for, we obviously weren't that tonight. And then obviously you ask yourself questions of what the best approach was. But yeah, the most important thing is, and I said to the players, of course it's disappointing, but we just have to stick together. I reiterate that. It is what it is at the moment. We'll have to assess Tinks. Unfortunately, he's gone down with a knee issue. And we just have to try to keep finding a way.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned sticking together in a sense, obviously going over to the fans at the end as always, but it seemed very much a positive sort of reaction, no kind of negativity in the sense where anyone's having a go or anything like that. It seems like sticking together very much was the case at the end there.
Yeah, no, the fans were great, obviously, but they'll be frustrating, of course. They'll have their opinions and they'll ask their questions and they'll discuss the game, and they can be forgiven from watching the game and thinking, that was a negative performance, we got beat 1-0, another set piece, and absolutely that's opinions of the game. But I work with these players day in, day out. I know what some of them are going through, and then I have to make a decision in terms of how we approach the game. I felt like if we did go a bit more expansive and we tried to press them high, one, have we got the energy to do that at the moment? That was a question I asked. And then two, once you open up the spaces, have we got the legs and the athleticism really to deal with runners beyond? That's if you make the game a bit more stretched. So we try to be more solid, and we almost achieved that. Then you come away with a 0-0 draw, and you probably take that under the current circumstances. So yeah, listen, fans were great, the support at the end was great, but they can be forgiven for asking obviously their questions, and that's ultimately my call at the end of the day, and how I see the current situation and what we have to do to try and get results. And yeah, we'll obviously have a discussion as coaching staff on a bus on our way back, and then tomorrow, and look to see how we can try and get a positive result in the next game.